I hope you guys are having a great week so far. Today I'm going to start a new blog. We finished with the Vacation with Vitality series last week. I hope that you had a chance to enter for the book giveaway. I'm ending that today. If you have not entered yet, go back to the blog post about Hope Prevails, this book here, and enter on that post. It'll be listed on my website, divineencouragement.com, and you can enter to win a copy of this book. For today, we're going to talk about restart season, how to resume after a break. You know, inertia sets in when we're still for too long, and it's really hard to get back into the schedule of working. And there are some tips that can help us get back into the groove. A lot of our kids now are heading back to school, and even if you don't have kids, you may have gone on some vacations or taken a different schedule for the summer, and now it's time to look back at how to get to the groove of working those regular hours and getting back into that routine all over again. And that could be tough. That sometimes a change or a transition can be one of the hardest thresholds that we as human beings go across, because it's human nature for us to want to stay the same. We tend to want to keep going in the direction we're going, and moving in a different direction can take a tremendous shift in it. It takes a lot of energy, like pulling a wheelbarrow up out of a rut that it's been going in for a long time. The longer that you've been on a break, the harder it is to get back into your schedule. But there are some things to ease that up, and some of it is mindset. Some of it is remembering that when you've been on a break, the best thing about it is that you have an opportunity to bring a fresh mindset back into your workplace. You have an opportunity to come in with some new energy and to do things differently. So instead of just getting back to the grind, you can consider it a restart. A time to start over and look at things differently this time when you go back to work. So with that mindset in your hand, you have a lot of potential to have a great fall at your job or at school or whatever it is that you're choosing to do. But here's some tips to get us past that threshold to get into the fall and back out from the vacation mentality. So first thing, if you haven't gone back yet and you haven't finished your vacation time, take a day between vacation trips and busyness and activities and going back to work. Just a day to kind of get yourself reoriented. That can make a huge difference. If you can do that, if you didn't do it this time, if you didn't plan it that way, try to plan it next time so that after you get back from a long trip, you have at least a day between the end of your trip and all your activities and when you start back to work or school, because that little buffer time is really good. Also, don't wait until the last day to get up early. A lot of people do that. They just want to keep sleeping in as long as they can. But you know what? Your body does not like that. And if you don't want to go back your first couple of days of work or school like a zombie, and people are looking at you like, okay, it's Night of the Living, insert name here. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you have energy when you come back to work, or all that freshness and all that great mindset and positive attitude you could have developed on your break and your respite time is just blown out the window and you start off on the wrong foot. So try to make sure that at least the day before or a few days before, depending on how far off your schedule are, if you have to start getting up at 6 in the morning and you've been sleeping until noon, you're going to need more than a day to get back from that. So give yourself some time, a little bit at a time, and reward yourself for doing that. Because nobody really wants to get up early. I guess there's a few weird people out there who like to get up early. I'm not one of them. So in order to motivate me to get up early out of bed, I need some motivation. So my favorite coffee is waiting for me. Hey, that's a good motivation for me. You have to choose what's going to get you to want to get up a little earlier each day. Find something to reward yourself for that. Also, note at least 5 ways to improve your performance or your attitude before you head back into the office. What's a new way I'm going to approach my work when I go back in? Think about, how am I going to interact differently with other people this fall? How am I going to be more efficient in study or in my work routines, the way I do things? How can I manage keeping a positive attitude toward my workplace, my job, my coworkers, the things that I have to do during the day? How can I do that? Plan that out before you head back into work. Also, you could spruce up your workspace. This is an opportunity for a restart. Fix your workspace, and I'm going to show when I finally get my office finished. I'm waiting on a piece of furniture that's delayed, but how it looks when you can go from one look in your office to a new look in your office. That can make a difference in your mindset towards your work. Add some inspirational quotes or photos in your workspace. That'll keep you thinking positive. It'll help you have a good attitude when you're working or studying. So what you have around you really does make a difference. We're visual people, we're physical people. So choose colors that are going to be uplifting. Choose things that are going to help keep your mind focused on nourishing, positive, good things. Have some humor in your space too. That can help you get through a hard work day. That's another thing that you can add. Plan to attend something that boosts your career or your school. Plan a skill building or a networking event or something that's going to help you get further along in your career field. And when you have that ahead of you, it helps you have a more positive attitude toward your career and toward your daily job. When you know that you're moving somewhere and you're improving and you're going somewhere with your skill set. Challenge yourself to meet goals at the workplace. As soon as you get back, go, okay, what am I going to do better? How am I going to meet this goal and do it in a way that's better than I did it before I went on vacation? And plan to celebrate those goals. Don't just set them and achieve them. Plan something that you can do. Go out to dinner, plan to go to a movie, do something that's going to be fun that you can enjoy, and you know that you're looking forward to that celebration while you're working toward the goal. Also, every day, you want to look for those blessings in your space, at work or at school. Just keep an eye out for what is a great thing that I can be thankful for today. And keep a gratitude journal and mark those down. That'll help you keep a more positive and refreshed mindset as you go through the fall season. Think about all the little things that you might take for granted every day. I can breathe. I can walk. I can speak. I can hear. There are birds singing outside my window at work. I have a quiet workspace. I have a clean workspace. I have a roof that doesn't leak on my computer. There are a lot of little things that if they were missing in your space and in your life, you would miss them. So make sure that you pinpoint lots of things every day to be grateful for. Be grateful that you can eat. Be grateful. I mean, there are a lot of things that people don't necessarily have and it's not a given, but we forget to be thankful. And when you remember to be thankful for those things, it improves your attitude and it raises your energy and productivity level. It actually helps you do a better job at work and with other people when you have a gratitude mindset. Look for every opportunity to be part of somebody else's gratitude journal. Do things that are going to be a blessing to people around you. There's always an opportunity to say something uplifting to people, to say, hey, I'm glad to see you today. How are you doing? Really mean it when you ask how you're doing. And pat people on the back and tell them you're thinking about them. Just be a blessing to everyone. Can I get you a cup of coffee? I'm heading to the coffee machine. So do those things that are those little tiny things that help people feel better because you are there with them. And you don't want to not have any boundaries, obviously. That doesn't mean every time somebody asks you to do something and it's inappropriate for them to keep asking you, that you don't set a healthy boundary. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be a blessing and help other people be the best that they can. If you are helping people be enabled to be not respectful, that's not helping other people be better and you're not really being a blessing. But if you can be a blessing by encouraging, strengthening, supporting other people around you, that actually blesses you in the process. So that's one thing that you can do when you come back from vacation to make it a great transition, is planning in like little tokens that you bring back to show that you were thinking of your coworkers, the other students around you, people in your environment, little things like seashells or candies or little notes that say, you know, I was thinking of you, or you could take a picture of the beach and you can Photoshop somebody's picture here, wish you were here. I mean, just fun little things like that that don't cost anything can actually help you have a better morale when you return to work and help other people around you be thankful when they receive you back. So those are little fun things that you can plan. If you didn't do it on this vacation, you can always plan it into your next vacation and do something that's going to be a blessing to other people around you. You can also add some comfort to your first day back in the seat at work. You want to make sure that you do some extra things that are going to help motivate you to want to get up early and get back on the job. Favorite latte? That would obviously be one that would help me get going back into my routine. Sprucing up your workspace is another thing that I already mentioned. But maybe even just like a fresh planner. Some people really love to have new office supplies that are color coordinated. I'm not really into the office supply things, but for some people that can just be all the best thing. Maybe a new outfit, something that some new tech, a new mouse, something that's going to bring you back into that space and go, I'm looking forward to using this for work. A new coffee mug can be a great thing. So just find something that's going to encourage you. Maybe on the drive to work, get yourself an audiobook so that the way to work is an inspiration in and of itself. So that can be something that can help you get over that inertia, that threshold of, I got to get back into my routine today. So schedule something also before you even go back to work. Have something fun scheduled a few weeks out. So you're not back in work going, oh, the vacation's over. You're back at work going, and the next vacation is coming. So you have something to look forward to. You should always plan things in your calendar to look forward to. They don't have to be big things. You don't have to have an expensive $4,000 trip to the city or to across the country. You can have just a quick little, I'm going to the movies in a few weeks. I'm going to the beach in a few weeks. I'm going to the lake in a few weeks just for the evening. Something that's going to be a form of respite that you can look forward to and really enjoy. So what are your favorite tips for taking a break and getting back? So, hey James, I see that you're watching. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing your comments on the blog, and I'm so glad that y'all joined here, Zach and James and Sally. A retired person still takes breaks from their routine, because I know, Jim, that you have routines that you follow. So for those who are retired, like my dad is busier than I am, and he's retired. So he calls it, he's retarded now, that's what he says. So even if you're retired, you want to make sure that you have times where you're busy and times when you have break, because we need that shift in schedule. Everybody needs to have a time when you're focused and you have a routine, and then you also need to shift and have a break from that routine. That's part of how we grow, and those changes are what grow us. Not staying in the comfort zone, not staying in the same routine all the time, but shifting out of that. That's where growth happens. Growth does not happen in the comfort zone. So everybody's got something that they have as a volunteer. Retarded, yeah. I know, my dad's a card. So, so I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you guys again, and thanks for watching.